Hey YouTubers, good morning, Rob. Guys, last week I made a video on I want to live to 104 years old. And in the video I mentioned that after I decided I want to live 104, I was doing some research and I came across a book titled I've Decided to Live 120 Years. And I said, oh, what a dummy. I could have lived 120 years and here I was just focusing on 104 and I was making a joke. Well, I went ahead and got that book. I got it from the library. My mama didn't raise no buyer. I didn't get it on Amazon. I got it from the library, and I read it, and I thought I'd go over the good parts and the bad parts. It's a very popular book. It's a bestseller. The book by Ilchi Lee, I've Decided to Live 120 Years, The Ancient Secret to Longevity, Vitality, and Life Transformation, paperback. It's a it's a good book. It's got good parts and bad parts. The good parts, I found it to be very uplifting and inspiring. It focuses on people taking charge of their own lives, taking better care of themselves, focusing on self-care, talking about the purpose of life, the meaning of life, instead of just sitting around waiting for death, but finding ways to contribute to the world, uh, you know, trying to get stores of vitamin H, which is hope, you know, increasing, and was very important. As we get older, we lose our mental capacities and our physical capacities. So El Chile, he encourages people to focus as they get older to increase their mental health, to increase their physical health as you age, because you need to, because you're losing it. So, and that's something that people don't focus on near enough. Um, Also, it's a very well-made book. The typography is great. The editing is great. It's a pleasant book to read. I like how he talks about it's good to spend time in nature and how good it's good for the soul. He talks about 1 minute exercise, which on surface seems stupid, but as I've done a lot of reading over the years, people who've talked about making habits, they say if you do something for 1 minute, let's say you want to go to the gym. So you go to the gym, and if you're only there for 1 minute, you know, well, once you get there, you're going to spend more than 1 minute. But if you don't want to go, if you feel like I'll just go for 1 minute, what would it hurt to be 1 minute? Well, when you get there, you're going to be more than 1 minute usually. The main thing is by reducing the amount of time, you reduce the likelihood of not wanting to do it. And once you start, that 1 minute is going to increase in time. So you're basically finding a way to make a habit more easy to form. The second thing about 1 minute, I've read books on high intensity interval training where people have found out by doing exercise a certain way, you could make a lot of improvements in your physical health by using small amounts of time in exercises done a certain way as opposed to an hour, half an hour. So 1 minute for exercise throughout the day doesn't sound that stupid once you start investigating, but he doesn't really go into detail. But I was just thinking in my head, maybe that's one way you could make 1 minute work. Also, one of the more important parts of his book, he relates things of uh, living to 120 and changing our habits into he talks about certain Korean religious beliefs, which I was totally ignorant of, and I've always been interested in different religions. And he's not preachy. He doesn't. He barely mentions it, in fact. But he talks about different parts of the Korean religion, how the importance of completing ourselves, and that resonated with me highly. The part about completing ourselves. I don't want to talk about like I'm Chauncey Gardner from the movie Being There, but if you take a seed from a plant and you give it everything it needs to grow, it will complete itself fully. If you give it everything possible it needs, it will be the best plant it can be. And as we get older, like what is the importance of our lives? One thing is to complete ourselves, to be the best person we could have been, we can be. And that resonated with me because I've been thinking over the years as I get older, like all of us do, it's common, like the meaning of life and so on. The idea of completing ourselves has become very important to me, and I've been thinking about it a lot. So he goes into detail on that, and that was part of the book I liked a lot. It helped me crystallize certain thoughts I hadn't was able to completely to totally form, and it was helpful in that way. He also, Ilse, he seems to be very sincere. He seems to have a good heart. Now, what is the negative parts? Throughout the book, he's selling things. And toward the end, he's selling a lot of things. And some of these things are kind of expensive. They're like these retreats where you say a day or a week or a month. And I did some more research and I found an article by, I didn't read the entire article, but it was by the Rolling Stones, and it talks about actually the negative aspects of his retreats and things. So I I like Ilchili. I like his book, but I don't think I would sign on to. I don't need a spiritual leader or to go spend time at a retreat to have people teach me things. It's like you can go to the beach and be refreshed and revitalized and rejuvenated and remade, but you don't need to buy a timeshare. So, do I recommend Ilchini's book? Yes, but I don't think I would purchase anything that he's selling, but I like the things he's focusing on, and it's something that if you tell someone that they could live to 120 and they start making changes in their life, it's very unlikely any of them are ever going to live to 120, but it's very possible by making changes in a person's health, physical and mental, and their attitudes and the way they do things, they could have not only a longer life, but a more complete life. And that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with the book. The book I've decided to live 120 years is a very good addition to my library of books on self-improvement and self-help and uh, aging well, to be honest. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I put on new videos every week, been doing it for over 15 years. I do not have a retreat. I can't tell you very much. Uh, but I do it every single week because I am addicted. And I have many different playlists on many different subjects. And hope you all come back and watch more. All right, guys. Take care and go to the beach.